Men in general, we have always sought to explore, to think, to strategize, to dominate. And this is our biology. We are aggressive. We push forward. We're doers. This is our nature as men. And so when we live in a society where this has always happened all over the world, men are the doers of society. We build, we create. I think that there will be people, smart people, intelligent people, who will take advantage of this natural drive that we have as men, because there's always good things that we can create as men, but there's also bad things that we can create. And so I think that as a society, we are not appreciated. Society, everybody sees men as tools, just tools for creation. And when a tool no longer works, that tool is discarded. It no longer serves its purpose. When we have a hammer, we use it. But when the hammer is broken, we throw it away and we buy a new one. We don't care about the hammer's feelings, how it was made, what it has been through. We only care about its function to us, what it can do for us. We don't care for it in a personal level, on a deep level. We just care about what it can do for us. And I think that deep down, everyone, including men, sees men, each other. We see each other as that. And so what MGTOW does is try to go past that. Try to see men not for what we are as tools, but for what we truly are as human beings. No one takes the time to actually sit down and actually deeply care for other men. Not in a homosexual way, but in a brotherly way, as MGTOWs do. If you think about it, the state, women, and even other men see men as competition, or let me clarify on that. What MGTOW does is breaks the barrier of competition between other men. Competition, as in competition for access to the female. And this is because on a deep level, every single straight man wants as much access to females as possible, as he can get, as much as he can get. And so, people in power that are in government, they see other men as a threat to their access to more females. And so they pass laws and legislations that favor females, because deep down in the subconscious level, that's what they're doing. They're still men, Their job is to pass legislations and do their government stuff, but deep down, you cannot beat nature, you cannot beat biology. And they are, whether they know it or not, that's what they're doing. They're working subconsciously to get more access to females. So, same thing with women. They see us as tools for their benefit. Us MGTOWs, we know they don't love us for what we are, for who we are, but what we can do for them. And now I'm gonna touch on a more sad part of what I don't think nobody really talks about, is that even other men, blue pill men who are not awakened, see other men as threats, you know. And this, unfortunately, is the majority of men in the world because it's in our nature to fight for more female resources or for more females. It's in our very nature. That's what we do. That's what we want. What straight man wouldn't want as much females as he can get, you know? So what MGTOW does is we don't care about getting access to more females. We care about ourselves as men. We care about our dignity, our self-respect. We are not tools to be used and discarded. We care about each other as brothers because we've all been through some shit with females in society. You know, why do you think no one gives a fuck about homeless men? Think about it. Even other men don't care when you see a homeless man on the streets. We assume he's garbage, just like garbage. Because, like I said, once a tool has been used up, once a tool can no longer serve its purpose, we don't care about it. We throw it away. We get a new one. We get a new tool. We don't try to fix it because we know that there will be another tool along the way ready to serve our needs. And that's the same way they see men, homeless men. The vast majority of homeless are men, not women. And there's a reason for that. And that's what the feminists don't want to tell you. Because they don't see us as human beings. As long as you're serving your purpose as man in society, as long as you're a good tool for them, they will pretend to care about you. But if you're not serving your purpose as a tool, they will just discard you and throw you away. MGTOWs see past this. We see beyond this. We see each other as humans, not as tools. We don't see each other as competition. We see each other as brothers who have been through the same struggles, the same hardships, and we help each other get up from that. And we show you guys the truth. I mean, now think about it. It's funny to me when I go online and I watch YouTube videos about MGTOW and see other channels, and I look at the comments, and even on MGTOW videos, this is how far and how deep our biological instincts go. Even in a place supposedly that there is brotherhood, that there is brothership in a place of men, even in a place such as that, I see comments telling other men that they're alphas and that they're betas, showing off that this man is a beta, that this man is an alpha. Because they do this because they still wanna project that dominance instinct on other men. Do you see how far this instinct goes? Even in a place supposedly of smart men. And I'm a MGTOW myself, but I'm allowed to criticize MGTOW because I see these things in the comments. Even in a place where all men are supposedly helping each other out, there are still comments putting down other men, saying that they're betas for living this type of lifestyle, or not being able to get women. And this saddens me because instead of helping those men supposedly as MGTOWs, we put them down. Why don't we just show those men supposedly that there's a better way to live, instead of putting them down? Why don't we help them up? Isn't that what MGTOW is all about? See the irony? See the hypocrisy in some MGTOWs? We put other men down, even in a place where we're supposed to be helping each other. And that's just, to me, that's the idiocracy of a lot of men that say they're supposedly MGTOWs. This instinct goes way, 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 way deep into our being. into who we are, and it's extremely hard to fight it. Extremely hard. That's why I believe that MGTOWs are the only smart people, smart men in society. Because it takes a smart person to realize all these things, to realize how we're being manipulated, how we're being used. And it also takes smart men to sit back and look at the things that we're saying to each other. It's like, take a second and realize what you're trying. If you're trying to seem better than another man on a MGTOW channel, it takes a lot of work to fight that instinct. But once you see things for what they truly are, it's a whole nother game. Like Barbarossa said, some MGTOWs are a blowjob away from going back into the plantation. And I truly believe that. Because you haven't really taken the red pill if that's who you claim to be, the MGTOW. Some men are just, as soon as they get female validation, they will start to go back into their plantation. Because they haven't been through the war zone enough times to see things for what they truly are. But MGTOW is that, seeing things for what they are, not for the lies that they tell us, but for what things truly are. And so, this is what MGTOW is. That's just my opinion. But I think fighting our own nature as men, our biology, is something that's very hard to do. Unfortunately, not all men are gonna say that they are. Well, this is what I think. Look, some men are gonna say that they're MGTOW, right? But I know deep down, they are not really truly MGTOW. Nah. Because somewhere deep down there is still that guy that wants the female validation, that's gonna be happy to be well liked by women, and I think that's the majority of guys. So that's all I gotta say. Please leave comments or anything you would like to say on this matter. I am not hating on MGTOWs, by the way. I'm just saying what I think. It's my opinion, and that's about it. So take care, guys.